The frosting slid down my cheek like melted wax, sticky and humiliating. Strawberry cream clung to my skin while the room erupted in laughter. My mother's laugh cut the sharpest, my father's sounded weak, and my sister, the golden child, smiled like a queen collecting tribute. And all of it, just because I said one word, no. No, I wouldn't sign over the apartment I worked grueling 15-hour days to buy. No, I wouldn't hand over $300,000 to the sister who never lifted a finger in her life. For that, they branded me selfish, greedy, heartless. Then came the cake. It hit me square, sliding down my face as if to seal their verdict. I didn't flinch. My heart didn't even race. I wiped my cheeks slowly, steady as stone, lips curling into a smile none of them had ever seen. Because I had been waiting for this. This moment didn't start with frosting. It started years ago, the first time I noticed the shift. My sister always demanded more, the bigger bedroom, the newer car, the bigger slice of cake. And when I finally succeeded on my own, when I bought that apartment without a penny of their help, her wants twisted into entitlements, and my parents fed it. Every dinner turned into the same chorus. Why can't you share? She's your sister. Don't be cruel. And across the table she'd smirk, enjoying every second as they scolded me. That's when I realized this wasn't about love or family. It was about control. They thought they owned me, my time, my effort, my money, my life. The cake in my face was their last mistake. I didn't storm out that night. I didn't shout. I smiled even as frosting dripped onto my shirt. Because while they laughed, I'd already set everything in motion. The deed had already been moved into a trust with my name alone, untouchable. My will was already updated. None of them would see a single cent. And most importantly, the trap was already in place. The trap was simple. Let them believe they'd won. A week later, I called my parents and said I might be willing to give my sister the apartment, on one condition. We'd all meet at a lawyer's office to make it official. They didn't hesitate. My sister even cried fake tears of joy over the phone. The day of the meeting, they showed up smug and dressed to impress, already celebrating victory. But when the lawyer pushed the papers across the table, their smiles froze. These weren't transfer documents, they were eviction notices. I had let my parents live in my apartment rent-free for years, tolerating their constant disrespect under my own roof. But after the cake, that was over. The lawyer read aloud the clause. 30 days to vacate or face legal action. My father's face turned pale. My mother sputtered, "You can't do this!" I leaned forward, calm and cold. "I already have." My sister erupted, screaming, cursing, hurling every insult she could think of, but I just sat back and watched her unravel. She thought she was walking into an inheritance. Instead, she walked into exile. The fallout was quick and cruel. My parents scrambled to find a place to live. My sister begged her boyfriends for money, but pity runs out fast. Within weeks, the queen with the smug smile was crashing on a friend's couch, whining about injustice to anyone who would listen. But people only listen for so long. Meanwhile, I changed the locks, repainted the walls, and stood barefoot in my quiet living room, breathing in peace. The apartment felt heavier now, not with their presence, but with my freedom. They still call me selfish. They still tell anyone who'll listen that I abandoned my family. Maybe they're right, but family doesn't laugh while you're humiliated. Family doesn't demand what you bled to earn. Family doesn't smash cake in your face and call it justice. So I became what they accused me of. Selfish, greedy, unapologetic. Because in the end, it was never just about the apartment. It was about proving one thing: I will never be owned. When I wiped the frosting off my face that night, I wasn't just cleaning my skin. I was wiping away the last trace of loyalty I had to people who never deserved it. And something inside me hardened. Not into bitterness, not into cruelty, just into strength. Untouchable. So let them spit my name with venom. Let them choke on their resentment. I'll be here in the home they tried to steal, glass of wine in hand, smiling out at the city lights while they choke on the taste of their own downfall.